welcome to the Bfloshow podcast. This is your host once again, Bflow. It's the Bfloshow podcast. It's a judgment safe zone coming to you shirtless from the confines of a secret location, very top secret. Okay, it is my house, so you got me there. And I'm excited to get to talk to you once again today. I definitely appreciate everybody's kindness and support so far, the willingness to listen to the ramblings of a madman. Today's episode is about online reviews. There's an old saying that everyone's a critic, and we're living in a time where everything and everyone online is seeking attention and praise from their fellow men, from their fellow consumers. Present company excluded, of course. Every business nowadays, from errands to Zaxby's, are online begging for the customer's feedback. Like many things, these things can get freaking ridiculous. Today I'll be giving you the top 10 funniest Yelp and Google... JK. Just kidding, guys. We did the top 10 things list already. I'm not gonna submit you guys to top 10s forever. We did that on the last episode, but check that out if you missed it and get caught up. Today, however, we'll be looking into the more critical side of humanity, locally and across the country. Well, here in good old Athens, Georgia, we have a few reviews that I skated upon on the interwebs. The Georgia Square Mall here on good old Atlanta Highway. Mr. KW writes a 2-star review about the Georgia Square Mall. He said, some of the stores that sell clothing need to get some serious competition. They're going to get some serious business. The food court is spacious and cozy, great for family, spelling F-A-M-B-L-Y, outings. Sounds like a good review to me, but he only gave the mall 2 stars. I don't get it. Like, it says it's good. Food court with spacious, cozy, great for family. But I give him spelling of family 5 stars. I'm going to go see my family later. Miss Vanar Nixon writes a 1-star review of the Georgia Square Mall. It says, I'm giving it 1 star because it's impossible to give it anything lower. This is by far the worst mall I've ever been to in the entirety of my 25 years of existence. Everything looks dark in here and dingy. Needs immediate update. 25 years of painstakingly driving across the country on her search to find the worst mall. She finally comes to the end of her journey when she arrives in Athens, Georgia, and visits the worst mall that has ever existed. Congratulations, Miss Nixon. You did it. Finally. Miss Tania Arthur writes a 2-star review. This mall has gone down since my teenage years. It's not the same. It needs to be torn down. Honestly. Wow. Not just changing management. Not just renovated. Not just closed. Torn the down. Get rid of this mall. Hey everyone, grab a bullhammer or weapon of your destruction of choice and meet me at the mall, guys. Tania is a savage. Man. Moving on to our next area of critique. You got the First Baptist Church in downtown Athens, Georgia. What are they going to review? They don't worship God enough. The sermon was too long. The music was too loud. No, the only 1-star review that this church got was from Mr. Grind Mode, who wrote, don't know what's been going on lately in the morning with the soups and sandwiches. Honestly, I'm genuinely concerned myself. There is something seriously wrong with this soup and sandwiches when a guy takes time to go online and express his concern for it. Nothing is wrong with the church's service, worship, building accommodation, and hospitality, but Ethel is really fucking up the soup and sandwich department. Is Grind Mode an undercover homeless food critic that reviews the quality of the outreach program? I'm genuinely curious now to know exactly what's up with these sandwiches. If anybody has any further information on this issue, please get this resolved. Hit me up on Facebook or email me at bflowshowpodcast@gmail.com because I really need a follow-up here. We got a review here of the Boar's Head Lounge. I was looking at all the reviews of the bars downtown and actually would expect more crazy reviews, but I wasn't really disappointed in these. Katie Moore wrote, the bartender tried to steal $200 from me to get my lost wallet back. Finally handed it over $400 cash and will never go back again. So Katie, how in the hell did you buy your wallet back when it was stolen? You just carry $400 in loose change around while you leave your wallet laying around? Did you have an impromptu fundraiser at the bar? Like the guy, you literally had to give him $400 to give you something that you lost. So he had it. Like I don't understand here. But Mackenzie Johnson said in a different review here, it says, "Do not go here. The bouncer followed my sister into the bathroom, put his head under the stall, and was staring at her. Do not go here." Whoa, man. Some guy looking under a bathroom stall at you? Why didn't you call the police on that one? Maybe this guy was on break and just looking for a place to nap. Like, why don't you, call somebody? Another bar, Sister Louise's Church. Mr. Lincoln Logs says, some fat fuck bald bouncer spit on my ID and threw it in the road. What kind of day was this guy having when he rejects an ID and entry of a patron by spitting on it and throwing it in the road? I wonder if Lincoln had a fake ID. I don't know. So this is kind of a long one, but this is the Max Canada downtown. And Kernan Thurman says, I love Max. However, the last 2 times I've gone there have been issues. I've been going to Max for about 3 years. It's usually the second stop when I go downtown. Last week, when my friend and I got there, we sat at the bar and were not served. We sat there for at least 8 minutes and watched as people around us were served. People coming in from outside were served. People right next to us were served. So we left. Last night we went as we usually do and had drinks. There were a total of 7 people inside. 4 of us and 2 people sitting at the bar and a guy sitting in the corner. We bought a 6-pack of Hopsecutioner and got quarters to play pool, which we did. I was trying to show off Athens to a friend from out of town. So late in the night after a pool game, the door guy comes inside the bar and tells us to quiet down. Granted, we were having a really good time being loud, but no louder than I've heard in there when it's been packed. It struck me as odd that we were told to quiet down when there was literally nobody in the bar. 2 people at the bar and 1 guy reading his phone in the corner by the window. Words and argument ensued, and we were told to leave. That's the last time I'm going there. I've never been to an empty bar and been removed for laughing, joking, and having a good time. I guess I'll try the library next weekend. At least there I know the rules. Well, she already stole my library joke. Never in my life have I seen somebody try to be loud for a bar. That must have been an intense game of pool. Did you bring a custom pool cue that made an air horn sound every time you hit a fucking ball? I mean, that may have been what happened. That is just a crazy story. Keep in mind, everyone, I am reading these reviews word for word. So, sometimes the sentence structure and all that, it's not like the same. Like, it's hard to read these things. Oh, man. So, but anyway, I have some more. We're going to go from local to across the USA right after this. Hi, friends. It's me again, your friendly neighborhood Bflow. You may be thinking to yourself, how do I get rid of these pesky student loans? And boy, do I have an answer for you. Get ready for it. You don't! Those things are going to be around forever. No way you're ever going to pay them off. So don't even try. Become a professional student. Have a doctorate. Get a second. Why not go for that third master's degree? You can never have enough knowledge, right? Good luck, guys. Now back to the B&T show. Now back to the Bfloshow podcast. Across the USA with these Google reviews. Welcome back, guys. This is what we're doing. We're going across the USA, seeing what we can find as far as reviews goes in the Googles. And the first one I came across here that I really thought was amazing was the Freedom Tower in New York City. That's right, there is a Google review. And it was a 1-star. Who gives a 1-star rating to a place memorializing one of the worst events to ever happen on American soil? Autumn, that's who. And she says, after they wouldn't let me ride my donkey across the Brooklyn Bridge, they didn't even let me trade my donkey. What the hell? 1 minute you don't want me donkey, and now you won't let me get rid of him. Alien face. Yeah, that was a real review. Mount Rushmore got a review. You know, president's heads, not much to say there. Right? You know. Kat writes a 1-star review saying, beware! My kid's dad was robbed there a few weeks ago by white male perp who broke the camera just prior. All IDs stolen and money. Then the cops won't give him money to leave because he has no ID. Bad place. Looks like there's thieves everywhere. I mean, who the hell goes to Mount Rushmore and robs the people? You know, want to take in some sights. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, maybe mug a few people. You know, it's got to be leftover henchmen from the movie National Treasure. You know, Nick Cage must have not taken them out properly. You know, maybe they got bored waiting on them. Eddie writes about Mount Rushmore. This place is a joke. The mountain is much smaller than they lead you to believe. I bought a burger at the kitchen at the grill for $10, and it was pre-made. And they gave me a Ziploc bag of lettuce and tomato to put it on myself. WTF. What the F indeed, Eddie. I hate it when my lettuce and tomato comes in a separate plastic bag at Burger King, much less if it was given to me by a bunch of dead president attendants. Not excited to go to Mount Rushmore now, guys. I guess I'll just, cancel my trip. So, with that said, we have a good old Grand Canyon review. That's right. Somebody wrote a review on the Grand Canyon. I'm sorry. It is literally a review about a hole in the ground. One of the most magnificent sights of, America, the world. And somebody is trying to review the freaking Grand Canyon, and I'm actually pulling that up here, so bear with me. I do apologize, but oh my God. Gio Zamora writes, it's small. I expected bigger, and there are no animals or restaurants on the canyon. They're sad. They're sad that the Grand Canyon isn't bigger. Well, make up for it with Miss Sujin Bain says, it's grand. Someone said it's an amazing place here. Joseph says, what a sight to behold. Truly one of the most incredible places on earth. Only problem was I had my dang pants disappear off my body almost immediately upon my arrival. I can't say that I've ever had that happen before, so I won't be back. It's good. So he lost his pants. 1-star rating for the Grand Canyon. Samuel says, when I went to the Grand, quotation marks, Canyon to see a big crack in the ground, not to get sand in my shoes. If you like getting sand in your shoes, this is the place for you. Eric writes, do you like your pants securely fastened around your waist where they effectively cover your lower appendages? Don't come to this humongous crevice in the earth, because believe me when I say you will lose your pants. I just want my Jargos back, please. Miss Garcia writes, looking at all these 1-star reviews so far, I've liked them all. Okay. Some combination of letters and numbers says, I usually wouldn't complain about this sort of thing, but while I was there, I was looking at some birds and admiring their beauty. I bent down to get my phone out of the bag to take a picture, and the bird had flown very close to me and took away my pants. I was very upset. Please keep control of the birds. People keep losing their pants to random. Is it the birds? Is it the birds that are taking people's pants? Like, is this... Bruce says the Grand Canyon is awesome natural scenic attraction, but I thought the national park was an embarrassment to the national park system. The whole place had been sold out. Obviously, the focus is helping the concessionaires make money and not concierge. The concierge make money and not showcasing its natural wonder, and then they have the audacity to ask for donations. With all the businesses running within the park, it should be well funded. HH writes, terrible service. There was no safety net. My kids both fell in. Oh my God. They didn't even have room service? Way too deep in my opinion. Well, I mean, I think a 1-star rating is warranted if your kids fell into the Grand Canyon. I mean, did they survive? I mean, I want to know the rest of the story here. My kids both fell in. And then the next sentence is they didn't have room service? Like, how do you equate all of these things together? My kids fell in the Grand Canyon. Oh yeah, and by the way, they didn't have room service. Way too deep, in my opinion. I mean, deep enough for your kids to fall in and die? Or, like, did they just trip up? I mean, I don't know who HH is, but I guess I'm sorry for your loss here, because that's very tragic that your kids would fall into the Grand Canyon. Natalie says, such an overkill. Who needs a canyon that deep or wide? Not impressed, and also lost my dang pants. Only the 3rd time in my life, and it was at the not so Grand Canyon. So another victim of these pants loss situation. And, you know, who needs a canyon that deep or wide? You know, do they assume that this is man-made? JR writes, I love how there are rocks there, but I would prefer that there be more rocks. TJ says it was too hot. I mean, in the middle of the desert, I guess. Ken says, man, I've seen better canyons. Casey says, too deep, too many rocks, lost my pants, nothing but grand disappointment, wouldn't go back. And last one, Sarah says, came here expecting to have clean, sober family fun, but instead I lost my dang pants. I get a postcard about once a week from different location across the U.S. No message, no signature. At least I know my pants are safe. Maybe one day they'll make their way back home. Miss you, pants. I'm starting to think this is a gag here. All right, one more. These are too good. Too deep for my taste, says Sam. Tried to have a small talk just to be nice. And she kept going on and on about her ex-boyfriend. Would not come again. All right. Well, that's the Grand Canyon, everyone. 1-star review. Too deep. You'll lose your pants. Don't go to the Grand Canyon. So, I'm starting to think, man, that's not... I don't think those guys actually lost their pants. I don't know. You can form your own opinion. These guys are clowning, man. It's critical attitude, you know. These type of reviews creating these scenarios where everyone's a critic, you know. What are they going to do about it? What are they going to make a new Grand Canyon? Like, for real. I don't understand. That's all the time we got for today for the Bfloshow podcast. Like, subscribe, tell your mamas and papas. If you'd like to donate to the Bfloshow podcast, hit me up through Facebook Messenger, Pay, Cash App, hashtag Bflow777. We do want to get you involved in a community and brainstorming sessions, creative content. If you'd like to be a part of the Bfloshow podcast in the future, hit me up. I do want to speak with local talent, creative talent, and get you guys a platform to, you know, kind of shine and be recognized here on the Bfloshow podcast in upcoming seasons. Just trying to live the dream, entertaining the masses here, and I hope I've fulfilled again some of that mission today by being in your hole. I appreciate you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you guys so much.